It is Sunday afternoon. The Giants will be going home with a split over the Arizona Diamondbacks as they beat the DBacks 3-2, get the series split. This is Giants Roundup. It is Sunday, August 5th. You can you can join us on Twitter, join the Crooked Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. Yes, the Giants get their first winning road trip of the season, and now they improve this. Now they improved to 57-56 on the year, and they head back home after today to get what's going to be a very tough homestand coming up. They get a couple of tough games at home. They get the Astros first, and then they get a very talented Pittsburgh team for 4 games on this next homestand. Let me see what else they're playing, but they are playing Houston for 2, and then I know Pittsburgh for 4 next weekend. Okay, then they go to LA next week to play the Dodgers after that. So it's a short homestand. Then they play their crosstown rivals, the LA Dodgers, who LA's not going to have some. They're not going to have a easy schedule as of next week. LA is going to head up to Oakland to play the red hot Oakland A's starting Monday, I think. And that's not going to be easy. Yeah, they go to Oakland for 2 on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then they go to Colorado for 4. And so no easy tasks for the LA Dodgers coming up either. And we'll be on air tomorrow. Then we will not be on air Tuesday afternoon since it will be a matinee game on Tuesday. Andrew McCutchen, really good outing. Today it was the Evan Longoria show, going 3 for 4, getting that batting average up to 262. He is definitely the player of the game, as he was the one who was the difference maker today. It started with a home run by Steven Souza Jr. to left, 1-0 D-backs. Then Longo singles to center. It scores. Andrew McCutchen 1-1. And then Curtel Marte singles to right. Escobar scores 2-1. Got 2-1 Snakes. Then in the 6th, Nick Hundley singles to left. It scores Evan Longoria 2-2. Then Longoria with the dagger in the 8th inning. It goes to deep center. That one goes goodbye. That would be your final score of 3-2. The Giants get the split. But they go home with a lot more questions than answers. Derek Holland, good outing out of him. 2 earned, 5 1/3 innings pitched. Strikes out 6. ERA is down to 3.88. Very respectable numbers. Bullpen was good except for Sam Dyson, for Tony Watson. He got 2 outs, but he did get runners on first and second. Sam Dyson comes in and unfortunately hits Steven Souza to load the bases, but he was able to fly out the next batter to get out of it. That was really good heroics there. Robbie Ray on the other side, good outing out of him. 5 1/3, two earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. The walks are not all that great. 4+ walks is normally not good. Gets the ERA down to 4.92. The 8 strikeouts were good for Ray. Bullpen was good except for Archie Bradley, who gives up the bomb to Evan Longoria. And now Arizona falls a game back of the LA Dodgers in this very tough NL West. Oh, they're tied for first. So the Snakes and hello, is Ofer having a good day? So now Arizona and LA are tied for first at 62 and 51. The Giants are 5 back at 57-56 on the season. Colorado 2 back at 59 and 52. And let's see where we are as when it comes to the wild card numbers. The wild card numbers here. And right now the Giants are 5.5 games out of the wild card. So they definitely do come home. There will be a lot more questions and answers coming on this homestand. Friday, Chris Stratton was certainly a dud. They did have to make some roster moves. He was optioned back to Sacramento along with Kelby Tomlinson. Oh, thank you, Zofer. But yeah, Tomlinson and, as I said, Kelby Tomlinson and Chris Stratton was sent back after Stratton's disaster on Friday. I don't know if it's time to maybe DFA Chris Stratton, but I just don't know if Stratton. I think Stratton's going to be what he's going to be. I don't know if maybe he needs to, if he's hurt, if he's distracted. He's just not been the same pitcher since the childbirth. Maybe give him the rest of the year off. I don't know if he's hiding. He may have an injury. I think maybe the disabled list could be a good option for Stratton. But is Ty Block really an upgrade? I don't know. I really don't think Ty Block is that much of an upgrade. He's much better out of the pen than he is a starter. Maybe he can get you 5 innings, but maybe he's a stopgap solution. It also could force the Giants to trade somebody to either claim a pitcher off of waivers. That's what St. Louis did today. St. Louis claimed Tyson Ross off of waivers from St. Louis. So I think so. It looks like Tyson Ross is going to be on his way to St. Louis for the rest of the season. And the Giants are just going to have to maybe find that trade partner to. And I think realistically, if the Giants would have lost today, we would have realistically be starting to have a great discussion about putting Andrew McCutchen on waivers to make him available for trade. And who knows, maybe this split more prolongs it than anything else. If they say they have a losing homestand, do they revisit putting McCutchen on waivers? I think it may be something they're going to have to do at some point if the Giants do start falling out here. But they just can't keep hovering around 500 and hoping for a magic bullet. I just wish the front office, if I were the front office, probably McCutchen would have been traded before the deadline. And I think McCutchen's going to need to be put on waivers at some point in some time, just so the Giants can simply purchase contracts here in September. Another guy who could be on, Derek Holland. If the Giants start scuffling here, maybe Holland could be available on trade waivers. And of course, Sam Dyson, that's another one you can clear up cash for. But they're going to have to find some way to purchase contracts here as it's not for September. And the Giants are very close to the CBT as it is. So they'll have to get really creative to find ways to purchase contracts here for September call-ups. Pierce Johnson, I think he'll be up for a while. He wasn't too terribly bad on Saturday. Derek Law is probably going to get sent back to Sacramento on Monday. You'll probably see Kelby back up as the carousel keeps spinning around. But, do you maybe go with Block? Do you go bullpen game for every fifth game? Or I realistically think you maybe do trade Dyson just in order to purchase contracts. But the problem is in Sacramento, there's not a lot of starters that are worthy of a call up at this point. To be realistic, you may have to gamble on journeyman Casey Kelly. Kelly's not has had okay numbers in Sacramento. He's had a few cups of coffee in the majors. So certainly Casey Kelly could be an option the Giants can turn to maybe after this homestand. I think maybe they go 4-man rotation here for this week since they get an off day on Thursday. But I just don't know how confident I feel about Ty Block starting. And honestly, somebody that I've just don't think he's better off in the pen than he is a starter. His numbers as a starter are not all that wonderful. But say the Giants do maybe win only 2 games on this homestand or something like that, or say, but the Giants are just it's a lot. It's going to be tough. Next few weeks are not going to be easy. The Giants, yeah, it's another stretch that could make or break the Giants at this point. I mean, Astros, they're no slouch. Pittsburgh is probably one of the bigger surprises on the season, so Pittsburgh's not going to be any easy task either for them. Then they go to LA. That's not going to be easy there. They head to Dodger Stadium starting Monday next week. That will be a 3-game series against LA. But then the schedule does lighten up here at the end of next week. They go on the road. Then they go for an Eastern time zone roadie. They will play Cincinnati for 3, the Mets for 3. They come home and play the Texas Rangers the following week. So the end of August, that's where your easy part of the schedule is going to be, and then September is where it's the toughest part for the Giants. They don't really get a lot of breaks in the schedule. They get a lot of Colorado, they get Milwaukee, they get Atlanta. So they're. I just hope that maybe the path could be a little clearer here. I'd honestly, as I'd say, try to get a B level, C level prospect back for Andrew McCutchen, get him off the books, use that money for the September call ups. May not win as in terms of making it to the playoffs, but it is a win towards the payroll. And that is a victory in itself. As in terms of trying to shed payroll, I'd be happy with that, just getting payroll down. But as I said, now they get a Houston team that's got Oakland breathing down their backs. Oakland is just 4 games back of the Houston Astros in the AL West. Man, what a run the A's are on. They claimed a reliever off of waivers from Washington today. Sean Kelly was claimed by the Oakland A's off of waivers. So we're starting to see waiver trades being made. There was a few waiver claims being made today. Looks like Greg Holland's going to be heading to the Washington Nationals. Hopefully, he can right the ship there. Looks like ex-Giant Matt Gage will be signing with will be going to the Mets organization. So hopefully he can right the ship over there in Las Vegas. I wish him a lot of luck there. He didn't work out with the River Cats this year. And then also, who else is claimed today? It looks like the Cardinals claimed. Yeah, I said Tyson Ross was claimed. And also the Milwaukee Brewers claimed Jordan Lyles off of waivers. He's been a swingman in the Padres organization. And I think certainly he could be coming in to shore up the Brewers rotation, who's got a couple guys hurt. Brett Suter's been hurt. Zach Davies has been hurt. And we'll see what happens with that. They still need to get a starter off the waiver wire at some point in time if you're Milwaukee. And then also, there's rumors starting to float around in the OC that Mike Scioscia is going to be stepping down after this year. Scioscia is denying the rumors, but I think where there's smoke, there's fire, and maybe the Billy Epler and Artie Moreno is ready for a change in the OC. That totally would not be a surprise either. Mike Scioscia has had a great run as the Angels manager. The Angels have not been in the postseason the last few years. And they're kind of stuck in neutral. They definitely have had a lot of injuries this year with the Angels. And certainly the Angels are going to be in a situation next year where they're going to have to retool the roster. And I think Artie Moreno is definitely going to be going out and looking for starters. They're going to really try to make this a winnable roster for really. I think they're going to retool the rotation. Maybe they make a run at Bryce Harper this offseason, but they want to put a winning product around, try to get Mike Trout to the postseason. And I'm not sure that Mike Scioscia is the best manager to go around. There's rumors that looks like Eric Chavez is now going to take over as the manager for the Salt Lake Bees for the rest of the year to get to get his feet in the water as in terms of managing experience. And now the Bees manager will be is going to be coming to help out with the Angels organization. You could see John Paul as a candidate. Brad Osmus could be a candidate. But it's looking like more that I think it's more likely that it looks like Mike Scioscia is going to be fired at the end of this year. And I think that's what could be going on. I think it's more likely that Scioscia is being fired, and I don't think it is. But I think it's whether it's a forced retirement, a mutual parting of ways. I don't see Mike Scioscia returning next year. And I think it's time for a new voice. I certainly think it's time for a new voice for the Angels at this point. With there being a retool next year, I think Artie Moreno is going to retool with a new manager and try to get his successor try to get the Angels back into the postseason next year. They've had a lot of bad luck. And I don't know the last time the Angels have been in the playoffs. Last playoff appearance for the Angels were okay. 2014 was the last time against the Royals. So yeah, it's been a 4-year postseason drought. And this is the only time the Angels have been in the playoffs this decade. Before 2014, it's been 2009. So, I think it might be time for new blood over there with the Angels, and it just might be about damn time over there. Sosha will probably be a Hall of Fame manager when it's all said and done. He'll be in the Angels Hall of Fame, but I just think maybe nudge him into the front office or something. And I think Artie Moreno's had enough. All right, let's go to the MLB Roundup for this Sunday. In Cleveland, the Angels lose to the Indians 4-3. Taking the win is Shane Bieber. Taking the loss, Deck McGuire, who allows 3 earned in 1/3 of an inning pitched. And it was certainly a bullpen game today for the Angels. In Queens, the Braves beat the Mets 5-4, taking the win AJ Minter, taking the loss Tyler Bachelor. Wilmer Flores goes 3 for 5 for the Mets. Nick Markakis, have yourself a game going 4 for 5 for the Braves. Ender Inciarte 3 for 5 for Atlanta. And Julio Teheran hits a home run today for the Braves, his first of the year. And it was the long ball that got them to the top. Teheran, not great, not the greatest of starts on the mound today. Walks 4 in 5 2/3 innings pitched. Corey Oswalt, not too bad today for the Mets. In Tampa Bay, the White Sox beat the Rays 8-7. Taking the win, Hector Santiago. Taking the loss, Diego Castillo. Malik Smith, 4 for 5 for the Rays. Joey Wendell, 3 for 3 for the Rays. And Avi Garcia, 2 home runs, his 13th of the year. Palka, his 17th home run of the year for the White Sox. James Shields, 4 runs, 2 earned. The 4 walks are not all that great for the White Sox. Ryan Yarbrough, 5 earned and 5 1/3 innings pitched for Tampa. But I think at some point, James Shields will be claimed off the waivers at some point in time. In St. Louis, the Cardinals beat the Pirates 2-1. Excuse me, in Pittsburgh, the Cardinals beat the Pirates 2-1. Jack Flaherty gets the win. Trevor Williams takes the loss. Bud Norris gets his 21st save of the season. I think at some point we will see Bud Norris claimed and traded at some point. Jordy Mercer goes 1 for 1 for the Pirates. Matt Carpenter, his 29th home run of the year. Jack Flaherty strikes out 7 in 6 scoreless innings today. Great start for him. Kyle Crick's ERA is down to 2.09. Stellar season for him. In Philadelphia, the Phillies beat the Marlins 5-3, taking the win. Pat Neshek. Taking the loss, Drew Streckenrider, 2 earned and 1 inning pitched. Brian Anderson, 3 for 5 for the Fish today. Eric Dietrich, his 14th home run of the year. Justin Bour, his 19th home run of the year. Not a great outing for Straley. Walks 5 in 5 1/3 innings pitched. Hits a batter. Aaron Nola, good outing out of him, 2 earned and 6 innings pitched. In D.C., the Nationals beat the Reds 2-1, taking the win. Tanner Rourke taking the loss. Luis Castillo. Tough way to lose. He only gives up 2 earned and 5 1/3 innings pitched. Just no luck as in terms of run support today for Castillo. And now the Nats are 57 and 54 on the year. Kelvin Herrera gets his 3rd save of the season. In Milwaukee, the Rockies beat the Brewers 5-4 in 11 innings. Taking the win, Scott Oberg. Taking the loss, Corey Nebel. Sang-Hwan Oh gets the save for the Rockies, as it looks like it could be closer by committee for Colorado right now, with Wade Davis struggling for the Colorado right now. Nolan Arenado goes 3 for 5 for the Rockies. Hits his 29th home run of the year. Trevor Story, 24 home runs on the year. Don Gray looking more like the ace he's supposed to be. Really good outing out of him today. 1 earned and 8 innings pitched. Adam Ottavino not good today. 3 runs, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. Wade Miley, 3 earned and 5 innings pitched, returning from injury. In Minnesota, the Twins beat the Royals 6-5. Taking the win is Gabriel Moya. Taking the loss, Danny Duffy, 6 earned and 6 innings pitched. Whit Merrifield, 4 for 5 for Kansas City. Max Kepler, 2 for 3 for Minnesota. And Jake Cave with his 4th home run of the year. And it was a grand salami. So Jake Cave with the salami today, and that was the killer for Kansas City today. Irvin Santana only goes 4 and a third innings pitched, allows 3 earned runs. Trevor Hildenberger, 2 earned and 1 inning pitched for Minnesota. In Chicago, the Bats woke up for the Friars today. The San Diego Padres beat the Cubs 10-6. Taking the win is Craig Stammen. Taking the loss is Carl Edwards Jr. David Boat, 2 for 3 for the Cubbies. Christian Villanueva, 2 for 3 for San Diego. Eric Hosmer, 3 for 5 for the Friars. Franmil Reyes, 2 for 3 for San Diego. And Reyes with his 7th home run of the year. Joey Lucchesi strikes out 9 in 5 2/3 innings pitched. John Lester, not a good day. 5 earned in 5 innings pitched for the Cubbies. And Jesse Chavez good in relief. Randy Rosario, 4 earned in 1 inning pitched. And that one bit the dust for the Cubbies today. In Arlington, the Orioles beat the Rangers 9-6. Taking the win, Tanner Scott. Taking the loss, Drew Hutchinson, who surrenders 6 earned runs in 3 innings pitched. Jonathan Villar, 3 for 3 for Baltimore. Mark Trumbo, 3 for 4 for the Orioles. Could be a waiver candidate. And Trumbo with 2 bombs, his 15th home run of the year. Jeffrey Ramirez, not good today. 5 earned in 1 2/3 innings pitched. Matt Moore inflates his ERA to 7.60. And it looks like for Jeff Bannister, his seat just got just a skosh warmer today. On the other side of the bay, the Oakland A's blank the Tigers 6-0 and sweeps the Tigers at home today. Trevor Cahill strikes out 10 in 6 innings pitched. Francisco Liriano just did not get any run support today. Chris Davis, his 31st home run of the season for Oakland. Matt Chapman, his 15th home run of the year. Matt Olson, 22nd home run of the year. Ramon Laureano, 3 for 4 for Oakland. He is definitely looking like the next. He's looking like the real thing for the Oakland A's right now. And Oakland now just 4 back of the Astros after today's win. Daniel Stump allows 2 earned and 1 inning pitched. Joe Jimenez 2 earned and 1 inning pitch. And Oakland 67 and 46 on the season. And I think they are getting close to being the first wild card at this point. And in LA today, the LA Dodgers beat the Houston Astros 3-2. Taking the win is Walker Buehler, who strikes out 8 in 5 in the third innings pitched. Taking the loss is Garrett Cole. Manny Machado goes 3 for 4 for the Dodgers. George Springer hits his 19th home run of the year. Tony Kemp hits his 4th home run of the year. And Kenley Jensen gets his 31st save of the season. And now the Dodgers are tied with the DBacks for first place. And in Seattle, the Mariners salvage one against the Blue Jays 6-3, taking the win, Zach Duke. Taking the loss, Joe Biagini. Aledmus Diaz 3 for 4. It's his 14th home run of the year. And Erasmo Edwin Diaz with his 41st save of the season. Now, if the season were to end today, it looks like now New York is now 3 games up of Oakland in the wild card race. The winner of that would play Boston, Cleveland, and Houston would play each other in the first round. And Seattle, the only other team of relevance in the wild card, 2.5 back. In the National League, we would have a 1-game playoff between the DBacks and the Dodgers to decide the division, with them being a half game back of the wild card. Chicago would play the winner of Milwaukee and Atlanta. Philadelphia would play the winner of a 1-game playoff between the Dodgers and the DBacks at this point. Colorado 2.5 back. St. Louis 4 games out of the wild card. Washington 4.5 back. Pittsburgh 5 games back. Giants 5.5 games back of the wild card at this point. And now for the Giants series against the DBacks, against the Astros, excuse me. And no score between the Yankees and the Red Sox in the first inning on Sunday Night Baseball. Tomorrow it will be Charlie Morton against Derek Rodriguez, so might be in good hands tomorrow with Rodriguez 5-1, Morton 12-2 on the year. That will be tomorrow's game, and then on Tuesday it will be Dallas Keuchel against Madison Bumgarner. And then we could potentially see Suarez start Thursday, depending on how the Giants fix the rotation in the next series. or it could be tie block on Thursday also. So we'll see what happens there. Down on the farm today, currently in the fifth inning, the River Cats are trailing the Nashville Sounds 3-0. Daniel Mangden pitching for Nashville. And Daniel Camarena pitching for the River Cats right now. Steve Lombardozzi 2-for-2 for the River Cats. Chris Shaw 2-for-2 for the River Cats. And Lombardozzi 2-for-2 for the Sounds. And currently for Fresno, the Grizzlies lose to the Memphis Redbirds 6-5. They fall to 64 and 49 on the year. AJ Reed 3-for-5 for the Grizzlies. Nick Tanalou 2-for-4 for the Grizzlies. Rangel Ravelo 3-for-5. Josh James not too bad. Dean Dietz 2 earned and 1 in the third innings. Brandon McCurry loses it on an unearned run. Tough way to lose. And this week's schedule for the for the PC for the Grizzlies and the River Cats. Think about your backyard, flush your toilet. Many of you, this goes down to a septic tank. Thursday, they return home. Here we go. Looks like after they will return home to play the Albuquerque Isotopes. The Sacramento River Cats will play the El Paso Chihuahuas this weekend. Next weekend, and then that pretty much sums up your AAA for this week. Let's look at the standings as of right now for the PCL. Oklahoma City up over 2 games above Colorado Springs in the American Northern Division. American Southern Division. Memphis has a 14-game lead over Nashville. Fresno has a 6-game lead over Reno. With I think about 3 weeks left to go in the PCL season. And then El Paso 2.5 games up on Salt Lake. That will conclude today's show. We will be back on air tomorrow night after the Giants Astros. Hope tomorrow's a good Monday for you guys. Now let's just hope the Giants can make up their mind here. Everybody have a great Monday. Goodbye.